Hello, other members of the Rainy Day Writing Guild and people of the internet. This week my video is going to be playing The Sims with a writer, because I love The Sims so much. I'm currently on a major Sims kick right now. So I'll explain my Sims in a minute. You're just going to watch him, I guess, move around a little bit. I'm going to do my shout-outs real quick, and then we'll move into me explaining my game. So, Devin, I'm gonna have to read the book that you mentioned about writing being like baking bread. I feel like that's a really good metaphor for writing, and I'm intrigued to read more about what this author has written. Joy, I loved your bookstore photos. It brought back really good memories of the time that I visited there, and I was just so overwhelmed by all of the books that I actually managed to be overwhelmed enough to not actually buy any, which is pretty rare for me. And Lydia, good luck on your elimination diet. I did one in high school to test if my fatigue was caused by any food sensitivities. Turns out I don't have any, or at least not any that I tested for on that. But it was still worth it to rule that out because I still know more than I did before. So you'll get through it. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. Let's play some Sims. So this is Sage. He is my Generation 1 heir. I'm playing the Not So Berry Challenge, which is a 10-generation legacy challenge. And it has set goals for each generation, and I'll post a link to it about what career your sim has to reach the top of, what skills they have to master. Obviously, you can master more, but you have to do those. What traits they have, collections they have to complete, and other goals like that. And so the point of it is kind of to try out all different aspects of gameplay, trying new things out that you maybe wouldn't normally do. So, for example, Sage's aspiration was to complete the Chief of Mischief aspiration, which I have never done in one of my games. And he had to master the Mischief skill, which I've also never done. And I've had this game since it came out in 2014. So it's been kind of cool to play new aspects of things. So his traits are jealous, materialistic, and vegetarian, because they're all green. The first generation is mint, so that's kind of, I tried to get mint hair. There really isn't a mint color, I guess. There's this one, but I feel like this one was more mint. Anyway, and so Sage, I guess, really isn't mint, but it's green. And also something that's been new for me is Sage is currently an adult, not a young adult. And I very rarely actually let my Sims age up past young adult. So this is new for me. Maybe next week I'll talk more into how I build my Sims and houses like that. So I'm not very good at dressing male Sims, so like I made an attempt. I kind of went with a mint theme in his clothing. It is what it is. He's there. This is his wife, Aria. I don't remember if she is game generated or if I placed her in the game. I spent about 2 days building my save, building up the lots, building up, placing the Sims onto the lots and all of that before I actually started playing, and I don't remember everybody that I added. But she's his wife, and she's pretty great. I don't think I've done a ton to edit her outfits, but she's been fun. She's a good mom, I think. Anyway, this is going to be my Generation 2 heir. This is Rosalie. If you didn't notice from my book characters, I really like the name Rosalie. And so second generation is Rose. So, and then their traits are red. So she's hot-headed, a snob, and when she ages up into young adult, her third trait will be romantic. She has to complete the serial romantic aspiration, master the charisma skill, and reach the top of the politician career. It's cool they've put all the story information into the game, the instructions online. So I put a lot of work into actually making Rosalie's outfits and stuff. So we're actually going to look at all of hers because I'm proud of her. And I'm actually happy with how she turned out. I didn't have to edit her face or body structure. Something is wonky, like she seems a little too gangly, but I know that sometimes happens with teenagers in the game, so I'm not going to try and do anything about it until she ages up if she's still not quite proportionate. But she's a teenager, our bodies are weird when we're teenagers. But And this has been really fun to play. I'm probably not going to get to see her wear her summer clothes because it's currently winter in my game, which I will show you. And then real quick, this is Sienna. She was kind of an oopsie child. So Sage is in the scientist career, and one of the things he can do in that is contact aliens. And when aliens abduct Sims, in the vanilla game, they only abduct male Sims, and they can get pregnant and have a child. And so that's what happened. That's how Sienna was made. Her other dad is senior pollination technician, I think number 3. And since this save is all about me trying out new things, I decided to, there's an option when they're babies to send them back to their home world, but I decided to go ahead and keep her. Because, let's try out new things. So I'm going back to their house, which I'll show you real quick. I didn't build it. I downloaded it from the gallery, which is where people post the Sims or the households or rooms or pretty much anything they've built that you can download. And I use that a lot. I make a lot of my own tweaks, but I get the basis of most of the things I do from the gallery. And I own all the packs, so everything is available to me when I build or when I make adjustments. So sometimes it takes it a hot minute to load. Anyway, we'll press pause there. Let me turn on all the lights so you can see. So this is on the gallery. It's like Generation, or the Not So Berry Mint Challenge house. And as you can see, it's, very mint colored. That kind of thing. I've made some edits to it. This is Rosalie's room, so I've got some of that pink going. Not too much. I originally had her bedroom a lot more pink, but it was just giving me a headache in like the 20 minutes I was building it. So that was a little too much. This is Sienna's. I've kind of made it space themed because I assumed a half alien child would kind of have an obsession with space. Some of this is custom content. These both are, I believe these are both from the Stellar Stuff pack. Some of the stuff in here is from the Pufferhead pack, which is like a Harry Potter parody. So like those are Henry Puffer books. That's where these lights came from. I can't even begin to tell you where all these other things came from. This was, I think, City Living. This is Vintage Glamour. Oops. The bed is custom content. These are Movie Hangout. I mean, it's alarming how much I know about The Sims, if I'm going to be real. These are some of my Sims. They just had school projects that they turned in, so I'm pretty proud of them. Aria is in the musician career because I didn't know what else to do with her, but I get bored when my Sims are home for too long, so I just give them jobs to kick them out of the house. So I can put that on triple speed and not have to deal with it. That's a cute little kitchen. I mean, really, there's nothing like super... I mean, the house is really beautiful, but there's nothing like, this is a spectacular house. It is a spectacular house in my opinion, but I don't think, to someone who doesn't play The Sims, it's probably just a house. And it's funny, I made all these edits to adjust the bathroom, put in the washer and dryer, so I could make a good bedroom for Sienna and give Rosalie her own. And I was like, man, it's really hard fitting all this in, and then I accidentally went up to the second level the other day, and I realized that this originally had an upstairs bedroom, but I had closed it off and I wasn't using it, but I had kind of left it like this so that I could use it in the future. But I forgot that it was there. So there's that, and they have, a little pool in the backyard, a telescope. I meant to fix that last time I was in build mode and I forgot about it. Winter is really fun, I think, in The Sims. Your Sims can make snow angels, snow pals, which are little snowmen. They can have snowball fights. You can even see, I think it's really cool in here, snow doesn't technically have any depth, but you can see like places where it's recently fallen or it's melted. And it even falls on top of things, like on top of the clothesline, on top of this. I think it's just really pretty. And sometimes, like, if you have a chimney with like an actual fireplace going, mine is kind of just disconnected, but sometimes the snow will melt. So, or maybe that's Stardew Valley that I'm thinking of, or maybe it's both, who knows. And things like ponds will freeze over, and little ice rinks just randomly generate, and hot chocolate stands. Anyway, I could spend hours just talking about The Sims. The first time I recorded this video, it was 16 minutes, and I'm not doing too much better this time. But I've said everything I want to say. Maybe next week I'll show you something else, maybe Stardew Valley, maybe more of The Sims. Who knows what the future holds. Anyway, thank you for listening to me. I will talk to you guys again next week, and I can't wait to hear from everybody soon. Have a great week.